Hello. Greetings and welcome back to Homestuck Squared. It has been 2 months. Let's fucking go. Welcome Corencio, welcome Aleph, welcome Max, welcome Igor, and welcome anyone viewing anonymously. Let's roll indeed. Yeah, I kind of got the hefty chunk of community news out of the way on Wednesday. So there's not a heck of a lot to go over this time around, other than to say, are you fucking ready? Oh, let me get forgot to open my document with all my links and shit. Okay. Let's go. You wished for something the last stream, and it became true. Ah, yes. Well, I think I know what you're talking about, and we'll get to it. So, this is a spaceship we haven't seen before. Because it is a crew whose first on-screen time has been highly requested and waited for with bated breath. Night, keep it real. Ta-da! We are with the final spaceship crew we have not checked in with yet at all throughout the story, which is the Candy spaceship crew, or what do you even call them? The people who exited Candy timeline at the end of the Candy, which would be Aradia, of course. There she is. I love her. Robo Dave. We got Dave Bot, Candy Dave, who just abandoned his wife. We got not pictured Alt Calliope, the one who was possessing the dead Jade, and who at the end of Candy Vord Lord English. But most importantly, we have fruits. Yeah, we got the fruits. We got these sick little fuckers. They have like actual proper names. I know the lemon is a Eureka lemon. I have to look this up. There's one specific page in like Act 3, I think, like during Jade's introduction, where all of them are named on the same page. Okay, not on the same page, never mind. But I did find it. I just searched the website for the word Eureka, and I found exactly what I was looking for immediately. I love it when that happens. So yes, the Eureka lemon. Okay, it's just a mandarin orange, key lime, and crab apple. Okay, so of course I only remembered the one that actually had a name that was different from regular fucking fruit. But yes. What have I just done? That was an accident. I'm so sorry. I hit enter, like, to start a new line in my Word document with all of the links in it, and I guess it just decided to open this one for us. Isn't that fun? So here's another look at Big Jort's Kanaya. Anyway, that's not what I meant to do, and I don't know why it did that. Oh, I see why it did that. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, Yes. Crab apple, key lime, mandarin orange, eureka lemon. Beautiful. What do they mean? I wonder, is a eureka lemon actually a type of lemon? It is! Hold up. This is very important. Because I thought that he just put that there because of the face that it was making. I thought it was just because of the face. And because lemon is a lemon. So it doesn't have that kind of identifiers like the key lime or like the crab apple or like the mandarin orange. No, eureka lemon is evergreen that produces pink fleshed lemons all year long. Young lemons' exteriors are yellow with green streaks and mature to a pale yellow when ready for harvest. New growth on the tree is a bronzed purple color, while mature leaves are an apple green. That's pretty fucking neat. Okay, well, the fruits are back. And they're also being murdered by Dave. It's real murder hours. Okay. I don't know if I should really give Dave Bot, like, a specific voice. That's the kind of thing that if I had, like, a audio panel where I could apply, like, voice box type things, that would be neat to play around with. But I think I'm just gonna read him, like, regular old Dave. Because it's not like with Aradia, when Aradia was, like, Aradia Bot and all that stuff, I do different kind of voices, but like all of Aradia's different stages are very distinct emotionally as well. And I guess this kind of is too for Dave, but I think I'm just gonna use regular Dave voice because he may be ultimate Dave, but he's still just fucking Dave, you know? Hello, Jade. Welcome. Welcome. Just in time. We're just about to start reading. He's the most Dave. Yeah, one could say that he is the Daviest Dave. Okay. This is recording, right? Yeah, it's recording. I don't know why I just had a split moment of being like, oh my god, is it recording? It's absolutely recording. I did remember. I have not fallen so far out of routine as to forget when to record things. Okay. Just finished reading it like 5 minutes ago. Nice. Yeah, I got really lucky. I was like, I'm gonna take a break from my work. And like the moment I opened up Discord, it was like, oh, there was an update. And I was like, wow, that's a great coincidence that I have just decided to take a break and now I can go read an update. So, between hiatuses and the fact that normal streams stopped in the middle of Hive Bent, it's been a while since we've heard from him. Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen good old Dave. Yeah, streams, Hive Bent. Oh, last time I was like, oh, we're about halfway through. No, we're like at least 2/3 of the way through Hive Bent. We're getting up to the ending of Hive Bent. I was looking at the bookmark placement wrong from this angle. I forgot how much you love Homestuck. Despite everything, I am still a filthy Homestuck. Yeah. It's all good. We are happy to have you. We're all gonna be Homestucking it together here. Come join the party. Discord, yeah, I can send another Discord link. Noah just said to get in touch with them when I have to Dave rap. I don't remember what page that's on, though. Okay, let me get an invite link up in here. Yes, this is the right window. There you go. So come on in. And now I'm going to notify Noah that I have no fucking clue when I'm going to be rapping. I think it's early on, though. Yeah, no problem. That message has so many fucking typos. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, anything that happens in the Discord from this point on, I will address it after the stream. Love how big it's gotten since I first started. Yeah, it's gotten, like, I think there's, like, what, like 20 friends hanging out? Discord welcome is demanding pizza. But yes, okay. Let's fucking go. It is Dave time and Aradia, who I'm so happy to see Aradia. I love her so much. I've said that so many times, but like I really truly do. Feeling blessed in this Homestuck tonight that Aradia is my patron troll. Okay, I am starting the actual reading. And that's reason 419 why despite my wow, been a while, folks. And that's reason 419 why despite my man's many you know what I never did? I never read the fucking chapter title. Okay. This is where the reading actually fucking starts. Here's the chapter title. History's Most Notorious Haters, Chapter 11. Night. Keep it real. And that's reason 419 why, despite my man's many accomplishments, I will never acknowledge big skateboarding's contrived message that Tony Hawk is the quintessential skater of our generation. Immediately right in it with the skateboarding. I got an advertisement the other day for Skillshare? Or was it Masterclass? I think it might have been Masterclass. But it was an advertisement for Tony Hawk teaching skateboarding on like Masterclass. Or maybe it was Skillshare. It was one of those ones. Not in these trying times. Beep boop. I have told you several times that I was a robot before, and I know for a fact you don't have to say beep boop. That sounds fake. Does not compute. David? Mom? Not in the trying times of Tony Hawk's existential nightmare? Oh god, what is that link? What is this? This is an advertisement for fucking Tim Hortons.
Like it did for me.
So, new Tony Hawk game coming. Not long ago, he did say something to the effect of, okay, trying to do something. I don't know. We'll see. If Tony has any sway here, we will get a significant portion of the game dedicated to his existential nightmare. Or
oh, all of those tweets about people who keep having like weird, are you Tony Hawk? Kind of moments. Wait, let me see if I can get this up on screen. I think y'all probably are familiar with what is being referred to. If I can manipulate my computer in a way that makes it actually fucking cooperate with me. Hello. Thank you. These. And just put that over there. And go back here. The knight and maid stare at each other briefly, having exchanged enough meaningful glances over their time together to know when to drop it. Check it out during break. Yeah. I will watch the whole thing. I just figured 2 solid minutes, I might as well keep it short. Okay, the diversion. Hello? I know. You didn't miss it. We've hardly gotten anywhere on this page because we keep looking at other things, but that's just what happens in these streams anyway, so it's all good. No, I think it's at the bottom of this page. Noah's only here to see me try and rap in my Dave voice. And then they're fucking leaving. Or at least that's the impression that I got. I think we have exchanged enough meaningful glances over our time together to know when to drop this. What I enjoy about our conversations is that you just say things like that. Oh, is that what you enjoy? Well, we are both an infinite number of years old, living countless lifetimes at once, but that's no reason to waste any of our... Oh. Correct. I do not have rap music. Dave raps in here somewhere. So I guess I'm doing that. Audience poll. Should I read the narrative in Calliope's voice, since she is most definitely narrating at the moment? Or just do my same narrator voice for everything? Which, for me, is just my regular voice. Fine. Fine, I will read the rap in Uwu's. Oh god, there's 2 more. I love that Uwu's. Not until the comic drops the mask. Oh, it drops the mask pretty in this. Okay. I guess I'll wait a little bit, because like it definitely drops the mask later into this chapter. Okay. Uwu's for the narration. Or... Yeah. Okay. That's enough Uwu redemptions to probably take us through the rest of the narration in this chapter, because it's mostly dialogue. She knows how this will play out, having undoubtedly tried this joke on her friend in some time why no another. Their report reflects a unique combination of their matching aspects but greatly differing classes. One a passive but powerful servant to time, the other wielding the aspect like a honed blade. Oh yeah, that sentence started a lot of discourse. Lullaby for Gods for On Break? You got it. Let me just like open that up so I don't forget. Because I will potentially forget to do that. But yeah, while I'm finding that, this, it's only been 2 days. Look, people say things out of their mouths a lot. So, sorry, I'm just getting that animation set up for break. Yeah, basically this started a lot of discourse because usually in class spec analysis stuff, people say passive knight, active maid, but this sentence, it's like kind of implying passive maid as like servant, and then active knight with like the honed blade stuff. I don't have a particularly strong opinion because I'm not a class spec theorist, but from what I've seen around, I I've seen some people just taking this fully at face value. I've seen also, yes, as Aleph is pointing out, many others also pointing out, the narrator is not always reliable, and at this point it is Calliope. Like, this is Calliope speaking. Calliope, who also said that certain classes were gender locked, which was later completely debunked as absolute bullshit. So Radia's an exception too, isn't she? An exception in what sense? What kind of exception are you referring to? Oh no, math! Good luck. I hope you have good times with math. Tumblr doesn't mess with active passive all the time. Yeah, active passive is specifically optimistic duelists theory. Oh, hi, Phoenix. Yeah, active passive, I'm pretty sure is just specifically optimistic duelists class spec theory, but optimistic duelist class spec theory is the most, like, widely popular theory of class spec analysis to follow. Aside from, of course, we have the official stuff up at the aspects, but, of course, this is referring to class, of which we do not have any official write-ups or anything for, in the same way that we do with aspects. So, fuck you for making me understand that. She's definitely exceptional. Oh yes, she is. She's wonderful and I love her. She struck you as pretty passive at least once she became aware of time and the multiverse, at least. Yeah, Aradia is interesting, because they kind of, like, where was it up here? Oh yes, we are both infinite number of years old, living countless lifetimes at once, which implies ultimate self. And I mean, Aradia is God tier, and we still don't really know what the precise trigger is for someone, like, becoming an ultimate self. So it's the implication is that she's kind of gone through this process as well. So there's that. Oh, because you're either a knight or a maid. They talked about classes in the massive exposition lemonade stand. Zarania. Was Princeton a muse? I don't know, you're just here for the cool powers, yeah. I think it's because they're both time players and they time travel, so they're, like, infinitely old, probably on top of Ultimate Self, maybe. That is true as well. Yes. They are both time players, so they do the time travel thing, and that kind of messes with, well, how old am I really? I don't fucking know. That is true. So Aradia may not have gone through the Ultimate Self process yet. It's not completely off the table, but that is probably a more viable explanation. But yes, the other thing, this sentence that I've seen pointed out is... Actually, let me... Actually, I don't know. No, I see what they were talking about now, actually. Someone was pointing out, like, passive but powerful, so talking about, like, the conversational order of Dave and then Aradia, kind of being like, this the first one, and the second one is the second one. And, like, the wording of it possibly being a potential, like, a purposeful red herring. Doesn't Homestuck have something like aging in a pocket dimension, or is it just the quiz? It was on the quiz. Yeah, I don't know about that. The other alternative is that Calliope is trying to make Aradia's refusal to give Dave the joke more dramatic than it is. Yes, there's also some dramatization occurring. Okay, maybe it's the next page. I know the Dave rap is, like, early. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I've heard about the class specty things. Yep. I'm not much of a class spec scholar, so that's kind of the extent of my knowledge at the moment. But Dave rap is amazing. It just keeps going. God, it just fucking keeps going. Yep. Oh, Dave. Speaking of... time. Say time. Time, then make a weird face. Waste time. Time. I experience all points of time simultaneously. Please just say time and make a weird face. This is true. Come on, Vegito, you're killing me. The clock's ticking. Time. The maid casts a furtive glance around the empty crew quarters, as though searching for someone most sympathetic to her bit. Tough crowd. R.I.P. Eureka Lemon. You will be remembered. Also, Aradia, in this panel, her little face, her weenie little face, she is so wonderful, and I love her. Yes, F's in chat after, or for, Eureka Lemon. And the kicks, yeah, she's just kicking her little legs. Ugh. Wonderful. Yeah, and she's literally just making a little smiley face. Okay, here's one. How old do you think you are? Emotionally? That is a pretty heavy topic. You know damn well that's not what I meant. You know that I have been through a lot, Dave. Okay. It's just so kind of someone, okay, I get it, to finally ask how I feel. I am beside myself with emotions. I want to open up. Jesus Christ. Shall I open up about my past traumas to you? Would you enjoy that? Do you think even a frog like me can work through their pain with a dear friend? You have truly blessed me on this day, Dave Strider. The amount of sarcasm here, I personally find a little odd for Aradia's character. I mean, she could have picked it up from Dave over their journey together, of course. You know, but an MSPA reader would really appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, the Aradia route was very much, biased towards MSPA readers spilling their own feelings versus Aradia doing the same. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to keep going with Homestuck reread and kind of compare to, because I don't know why this is pushing a weird button in my brain. Like, Oh god, these. Oh, yep, there's the wrapping. These walls of text, okay? We get Davebot and Aradia both in red, and then we get Calliope coming in a slightly brighter shade of red than Davebot, and it's just fucking, it's a hot mess to read. I know you aren't a frog anymore, which is fucking tragic. Can you imagine the absolutely insane tomfoolery we could get into just getting into some real frog-based scenarios? Time's fun when you're having flies. You hated reading that? Yeah. Yes, Callie woos. When Callie comes, I promise. All the narration, all the Callies. It's happening. It's coming. Yes, that is how the saying goes. Sorry to disappoint. Okay, it is rap time. Oh, and welcome, Brian. Hello, hello. You are just in time for this. Okay. Maybe if I read Homestuck enough times, I might actually get okay at rapping, because I can't rap. But, I don't know, practice makes perfect. Suddenly I can ooh-woo. I'm glad you finally said something. Was thinking that apology might never come. Practically giving me a complex how before now you never apologized to me that you weren't a frog anymore. But apology accepted, got the ribbits on lock. Chronology respected, got the tick, got the talk. The clock's cuckoo, I'm Cocoa Puffs, the stuff's no mystery. Serial scions of time psionic robot calibrate history. Hoes mad, hoes sad, hoes fuck, I'm so sorry. Hoes mad, hoes sad, hoes a concept, not a fact. Lacking tact, I stay stacked while I breach contract. Sacred vows disavowed, got divorce fever. I leave her, don't look back, don't perceive her. And there is Dave rap number however many times he's rapped. Almost typed 413 into 314. Almost screwed up the entire problem. Oh, rip. I feel you on that one, though. Incredible. I don't know if you're saying that to me or Jade, but, oh, to me? Thank you. Thank you. I try. That's about all I can say for that. His raps have improved, TBH. I mean, I guess compared to very early Homestuck, this is this a little better? Yeah, no, I'm reading it out loud, but deserve an Oscar. Thank you, Noah. Thank you. And I suppose you will be on your way now, then, or are you gonna hang out for a little while longer? Yeah, I love that he just kind of like he just is like, that's the good old Dave stream of conscious, where he transitions from talking about frogs to talking about how he left his fucking wife. What's he been thinking about? Well, we all know now. You have fanfic to write. Fuck yeah. Alright, well, thank you for stopping by. I have to message you later. We shall communicate. The dog meme, but it's no sad, just rap. Goodbye, have a lovely evening, talk to you later. I don't know why I'm clearing my throat so much today. It's not like it's actually irritated. I just keep doing it. Maybe I need to drink more water. Anyway. Dave just took a sharp left turn into talking about how he left his wife. Yeah, something like that. I have a nice full water bottle here. Oh yeah, that's why I started after the alarm today, because I forgot to fill up my water bottle, and then I looked at the timer and it said 45 seconds, and I said challenge accepted and started sprinting to my kitchen. Yes, rap please. No sad, only rap. Yeah, last 3 messages of the chapter are like your favorite. They are good. We will get there if I can read the fucking comic now. Do you want to talk about it? About what? Would you say you are hung up on leaving your wife and friends behind? Are you? Am I hung up about leaving? Fucking love Aradia so much. Am I hung up about leaving your wife and friends behind? I do not think that I am, no. Aren't you even a little guilty about ditching your boyfriend? What? Oh, fuck. Months in the past, but not many. There's our boy! I laughed so fucking hard when I first saw this because it was literally, this chapter came out the day after we spent like a solid 5 to 10 minute, I think at least like 5-minute chunk of Wednesday stream talking about different ways that Solix could show up in Homestuck Squared and how we hope that he shows up. And now just here he fucking is. Do you realize you still love Homestuck? Yay, sick. Yeah, we will get there. But like there's our boy. Look at him, he's so fucking sad. Oh no, I should have told Noah to stay on the call for like on the stream for like 30 more seconds to see Solix, because Noah really loves Solix. Here he is. And off they go. Oh, second sound page. S. Gaze. The fucking pop sound effect is so comical. How the fuck am I gonna get down from here? Oh my god. There were another 3 lines that made you realize still of home involving an air conditioner. Oh yes. I know exactly which ones you're talking about. And you know what I did not expect to see? That I saw a lot of? Maybe this is just the people that I follow. But I saw on Twitter, the day this update came out, a whole bunch of people yelling like Solcat rights. As in like hoping that Solix and Candy Carcat eventually like get together. It's just like, I mean, like, okay. Candy versus wife swap. Solix has no rights. Solix is just like perpetually having a rough time. But he's okay with that. I feel like that's you know, part of the doom aspect, right? He's just kind of like sitting with it and being like, yeah, man, yeah, this is what's happening right now. Like here, he's just chilling. He's like, how the fuck am I gonna get down from here? Because like that's the James Roach made a tweet and then he deleted it. But it is a message that I agree with, and he was saying like, Aradia didn't forget about Solix. She just forgot that they left him on the roof. And I like that perspective a lot more than, oh god, she forgot that he existed. She wouldn't fucking do that. I don't think Aradia would forget that Solix existed. They've been like 2 peas in a little pod since they were kids. But, because like, I guess I understand the interpretation of this as, oh fuck, I forgot about Solix. But I much prefer the idea that she just forgot that Solix, they left him on the fucking roof with no way to get down, because he is not god tier. He cannot fly. He's just a regular ghost, and that's not a power inherent to ghosts in Homestuck. So, yeah. Okay, make me say something, Redemption. How the fuck am I going to get down from here? How the fuck did I get up here? He used his powers up, right? Yeah, Solix lost his psionic powers. What is the timeline of Solix's psionic powers? Because I know that it's his loss of those powers started when he got his eyes blown out by Aridin, but at that point he was like half dead, half alive, so he still like half had some of his powers. I don't remember how he lost the other eye, like how he became 100% dead though. I don't remember how he fucking died. Yeah, they can't psionic without eyes, because it's kind of like where it's stored. You'd think a third eye wouldn't need the other two. Yeah, he did have them while half dead. Oh, he's on low battery. Yeah, it would be interesting to see if there is a way for him to actually get his powers back somehow. But I don't think there really is at this point in the story. I think that ship has sailed. I feel like Pure Ship Man just want her back, and his ability to get down from high places. Yeah, he's having a rough one, but that's just perpetually Solix. This sweet, sweet child. It was when Aerosol Sprite was made, it pulled the living half out and he fully died. Oh, yes! Thank you, yes. That was it. Aerosol Sprite was made, it pulled the living half out so that it could be the full living half in Aerosol Sprite and the full dead half in the afterlife. Right? I think with a normal person, it would just pull them completely out of the afterlife, but I'm picturing this duality because it's fucking Solix. And duality is his thing. Yeah. I don't... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Life is pain, Solix. Anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you something. Oh, Solix is like the #1 advocate for that statement. Yeah. Oh. So I hope we get to see more. Now that they've formally introduced Solix as being in a predicament, I hope that we actually get to see more of him at other points. Just little cameos throughout. Of just being like, what the fuck is up with Solix? Oh yeah, I guess he's over here. Back to reality. Which I find an interesting choice of words, of course, with this Calliope. Oh yeah, speaking of Calliope, speaking of all Calliope, there she is in the background, floating ominously, covered in blood. Is his situation getting worse every time we cut to him? Oh, just his situation getting worse every time we cut to him. Oh my god, that would be such a fucking good running gag. Like, every time we cut back to Solix, he's in, like, a slightly more inconvenient predicament. Looks like creepypasta. That's true. Yeah. I mean, like, she's got a very unnerving presence here. Also, this panel watered my crops and cured my everything. I love this so fucking much. You just want Solix to be okay. Yeah, that's as funny as it would be. Could be worse, could be raining. Thinks about how Radia's wings are just clipping out of the frame. There's like a little more up there, I think. They're yeah. I guess the framing is a little a little interesting. But I love this shit. My skin is clear, my crops are watered, I am well fed, this image is blessed. Yes! Specifically, I mean, for me, it's mostly because of Iridia, because I just love her so much. But Dave Bott's design is interesting. I've seen some folks talking as well about how both of the bots, Rose and Dave so far, we've seen their attire has been, like, kind of Greco-Roman inspired. And talking about that kind of in the context of Dirk and the Alpha Kids Pesterchum handles, and, you know, Deltritus, and how Dirk keeps going on about philosophy, and they're in a cave because the allegory of the cave, and the ship being called the Theseus, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Look at those poofy little pants. Those are poofy pants to rival the poofy little Prince shorts. Didn't Dirk make both of those? Yeah, exactly. Dirk made both of them. Oh, right, I started talking about this, and then I didn't finish. Back to reality, as, you know, with Calliope narrating. Of course, we're moving from candy into meat, quote-unquote canon land. Because that's where these three hopped through the warp hole to, right? They're now in meat. Those laces on his shoes, or is he wearing kung fu pants and shoes? I think his shoes are... I don't see laces. There's, like, those two little holes on the side, but I feel like maybe those are, like, for air circulation. I think my guess would be that they're slip-ons. Because I know that Homestuck's art style is kind of minimalistic generally. But usually if there's shoelaces, there's, like, something there, like at least like an X shape or something like that. Usually more detailed than to show shoelaces is blocks of white. Yeah, usually there's like a little X's or like an X or something like that. I mean, I'm open to being proven wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's from my own observations. From what I recall. Don't think it's an open front shoe. Yeah, I don't think it's an open front shoe, but I do feel like it's like a slip-on. He is probably okay. So you're telling me you don't even feel a little bad that you ditched him to be a weird death acolyte? No, I think he found my wiles to be both charming and irresistible. Not even an ounce of guilt or self-doubt, huh? Just like that? No conversations about the greater good? No revelations about your feelings? No dead presidents spouting wisdom about your brother dad and bequeathing unto you an ancient soul bot? What's a president? See, that doesn't work because I know you know what a president is. Shit. Do you often find your faith in yourself shaken like this, or is it a new experience now that your mortal coil has been left behind? Greco-Roman high tops, yeah. Never change, Iridia. I fucking love this sweet child. What? Do you think that all that is left of you is like a literal ghost inside of a machine? You are more or less likely to embrace finality? Oh, dope. More Cult of One shit. Immortality changed you. Could it be that you are projecting your feelings onto my situation? Does not compute, Rose Jr. We don't have to talk about it. Thanks. And here it is. Calliope using narrative prose in the text chat.
They sit in each other's presence, the silence between them as meaningful as any words they could exchange.
It's always really cool to hear how meaningful my silences are, especially while calculating, especially while I am attempting to experience them.
I do not need your approval. The story will continue how it must.
Beep boop, hater detected.
Wow, is that true? I am not a hater.
Classic hater line. I know this because I am pouring through genuine, actual quadribytes of information on history's most notorious haters.
No, you aren't.
Huge if true.
Dave, do you think I am a hater?
You are like the exact opposite of a hater.
A liker?
Okay, perfect example. Your tolerance for whatever is going on with all this. Iridium when someone tries to get her to open up deflects and says something existential to make you too uncomfortable to pry further. I see you, girl. Mm-hmm. Do they have a challenge of who opens up first? They're always trying to make each other vent. Maybe.
I think she looks quite lovely covered in the viscera of the all-powerful enemy she consumed, floating lifelessly in our periphery, observing our every action and noting its relevance.
That's what I mean. Can we scrounge up a change of clothes or something? Maybe some sort of outfit montage? She comes out of the changing room in some sort of bozo outfit for clowns. We shake our heads disapprovingly. No, not this one. She goes back into the changing room and we give each other one of those meaningful glances.
What would she do without us?
She emerges again, this time looking fresh as hell. Our judgmental ways have done it again. Socially shamed into looking completely fucking dope.
Even though I understand that must happen, I am growing frustrated with the direction of this conversation.
Do you want to talk about something else, Stinky?
What would you suggest?
I love how he's just casually like, she fucking stinks. Get her in the shower and give her some new clothes, because goddamn. The night takes pause. Then
I don't know why I started reading that, kind of David. The knight takes pause, carefully considering his options. They have a long journey ahead together, and establishing an antagonistic relationship would prove...
Okay, hear me out. Kanaya, but like, wearing huge jorts. Hence, the number of Kanaya huge jorts update jokes on Twitter before this update came out. You know Kanaya would never wear such an abomination. Oh, she absolutely wouldn't. But like... Kanaya but wearing huge jorts is like... fucking hilarious. Mom jorts. She can and she will. Unless the narrator forced her to. Da, da, da. Weeks in the future, relative to the original point of interest. Wow, look at them go! Holy fuck! And I believe this is the final... No, this is not the final page of the update. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. I think I'm just gonna go through this whole chapter. And we'll play Lullaby for Gods at the end of stream today. Love Iradia's outfit here? Yeah, this is like... This looks like an updated version of the Muse of Space outfit. So it's really interesting that she is wearing it. I saw... Maybe I'll wait until after the comment. You know, every time I say, maybe I'll just wait until afterwards, like, most of the time I forget, so I'm just gonna fucking talk about it now. I saw a bunch of folks saying, Iridia Callie? Hello, ship? I'm like, okay. Okay, we'll see. Yes, and the Tony Hawk bit, I will play as well. Pardon me. It has been actually not a long day, but I'm still tired. But yeah, I love this. It's looking good. Dave is chilling out. The new outfit, the new fit looks sweet, looks casual, looks chill. Synchronized their yawns. Hell yeah. This is Game Over Timeline Jade, the one John brought to fight English. Yes, this is Game Over Timeline Jade's body.
Moments like these are not rare and serve a valuable function to the story. They are able to show a passage of time with the bulk of the emotional labor of a lengthy bonding process happening off screen. How did we get here? What have they been through? These questions are often better left open to individual interpretation and can give the one interpreting a sense of ownership over the story. I feel like this entire paragraph is like purposefully being passive aggressive to people who hate the retcon timeline. and the fact that we kind of glazed over the kids' journeys to the new universe. Look like Tysius, or it's just the coffee? Yeah, it's just those coffee vibes. As a point of curiosity, oh shit! The dead show up possessing the body of an equally deceased goddess of space pauses at the interruption. Were she to voice her opinion, it would be that, actually, it is not unusual for those whose primary concern is the grander scheme to have a passing curiosity about the insignificant. So when one really thinks about it, any annoyance with the attendant small-mindedness is both understandable and warranted. What's the cup? Yeah, the cup says best narrator. We get a better look at it in the following panel. Like the pre-rec time kind of didn't skip 364 out of 365 of those. Yeah, like we didn't get super duper detailed with pre-recon either, but like we at least got Petrologs at all for those times. But yeah, no, like that's, I don't know, I kind of agree that like not everything has to be super explicit. The other day, my family, we've been watching Parks and Rec for a long time, just like all of the seasons in order, because we didn't really watch it when it was being serialized. And we finally watched the final episode, and we watched like the extended, like producer's cut, director's cut, like 52-minute final episode, and it finished, and I was just like, that was boring, because it was one of those final episodes where they did a bunch of like flash forwards that showed exactly what happened in everyone's lives, and it was on top of that, it was just like, you know, a whole bunch of like white picket fence type bullshit, like, oh boy, everybody got married and everybody had kids, the end. I was like, what the fuck? That is fucking boring. Also, it didn't have any of the humor that the rest of the show had. It was like way too on the serious side. Wasn't their whole last season a time skip already? Yeah, the whole last season was, they skipped like 1 or 2 years for the entire last season, but the final episode flash forwards, we were going all the way to like 2055 and stuff. But yeah, I was just like, wow, this is fucking boring for so many reasons. Parks and Recreation. Yeah. Anyway, just an aside about how much you do and don't show the viewer. Anyway. As a point of order, you never answered Dave's question. Which one? He is very chatty. You experience time in a way that is woefully unfamiliar to me, and it has piqued my curiosity enough to learn more.
She's asking how old you are.
In this form, our bodies stop aging once we reach maturity, I think. The god tiers keep our physical form locked in a state of undying. Even in death, the bodies do not decay, only lay dormant.
No, that's boring. Like, how long have you been alive?
Yes, that one.
Shut up, Davebot. This is really interesting. So this is... Again, there's a lot of I think. So again, we're having to take this with a grain of salt because unreliable narrator, etc., etc., but it does seem to be mostly backed up by what we've actually witnessed so far with all of the god-tiered characters. In particular, things like the dead jade that Alt Callie is currently possessing is not a decomposing mess. So this is kind of like... Yeah, it seems like they might have been like purposefully trying to retroactively explain that here. But it's interesting nonetheless. Does that mean Dirk's body can just be brought back through possession? I mean, yeah, there's some interesting implications for a few characters with this one. There is Dirk from the Candy timeline, who we don't know precisely where they stored the body after that nightmare funeral. Although I guess probably in the graveyard in front of the church that they were at. Red versus blue plot point. I'm not super familiar with red versus blue. But yeah, there's Dirk. There's of course Rose. On Deltratus, they've still got her body hooked up to a machine. Although I can't quite recall in the Rose Resi update. Was that one of the things that they kind of knocked over and like destroyed? I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly, that Rose disconnected her own body from life support or something like that. Yeah, so we've got Dirk, Rose, and of course, meet John. So. No? Wait, no to what? No to which part? Rose disconnecting her own body from the life support? Don't think they did yet. I think they talked about it, though. Okay, yeah. I know there was, like, something about it in there. Terezi was asking about why she didn't do it yet. Right. Yeah, so there was something about that in there, but it hasn't quite gotten to that point yet. And yes, of course, meet John, who's currently residing in meet Terezi's wallet, because she has that Egbert's wallet. Oh, and Gamzee? No. Gamzee never actually god-tiered. He just put on the fucking bard costume. So many possibilities. So many possessable bodies. Yes. Yeah. So this is something to keep in mind. What was it that I saw someone say? It was something along the lines of like the only narrative trope that Homestuck has ever been fully faithful to is Chekhov's gun. So keep an eye on this particular plot point. Yeah. John in the pocket, just in case. John's meat corpse all full of Caliborn poison. Yes. That is the one that is full of Caliborn poison. What are the implications for that in any potential possession or bringing back? I don't fucking know. We'll see. Yeah. Oh my god, that reminds me of another thing that I saw and wanted to bring up. When we were talking about Soul Cat, one of the posts I saw, and I wish I could fucking remember who said this. Both of these things. But they're just like, Candy Soul Cat is really just... Oh no, it was something about... Oh no, it was Candy Soul Cat is really just 2 dudes and 3 eye patches. Yep. Jane referred to Ghost Callie within Jade as a poison. Interesting. Oh, please no more Caliborn. Yeah, I think I'm probably okay with that too. No more Caliborn. Like, he got his time. He fucking dead. He's fucking dead. He got eaten by Calliope. He is dead. He's gone. Goodbye. Good night. Something like that. Yeah, that sounds familiar, Brian.
The night, though at times purposefully obtuse, is sharp and observant. This can sometimes offer a refreshing balance to the usual wails of pretense. Oh, maybe a few 100 years or so. What? Well, if I'd known you were going to be so judgy about it.
When did this happen?
Oh, I spent some time in other doomed realities and timelines and came back before anybody could tell I was gone.
Oh, just out for a bit of fun then? Just hopped over to a different reality? Real casual, like, oh, hello, don't mind me, just popping in to see if it really is as doomed as they say it is. Did not disappoint.
Yes, almost exactly like that.
Who did you hang out with? Are they cooler than me?
It is complicated to explain.
Oh, okay, never mind then. All clear. A whole alternative universe ripe with the coolest motherfuckers imaginable.
You were there too. I threw your air conditioner into the sun.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's not where that goes at all.
These events are non-canonical.
Rude. Yeah. Was this one of the sets of 3 lines, Jade? Yes. Yeah. This right here. Wow, that's fucked up. That's not where that goes at all. God. Yeah. Yeah. But it is interesting that it is just like, oh yeah, a few 100 years, no biggie. But yeah, that's, very much in her character to just do that. Makes me want to replay her Pastor Quest because it was so fucking good. You love it more because that exchange could totally happen in your D&D group chat. Starting a new campaign tomorrow. Sweet. Very good. Well, enjoy. Have fun. I played my campaign today for the first time in a couple months. We leveled up because my campaign is doing group experience points, so we all level up at the same time. And I got a cool new spell called Lightning Arrow. So that was neat. Sounds rad. It is real rad. It's my first offensive spell. I have a tendency to go for defensive spells or spells that would be advantageous to the whole group. Like, I have like Alarm and Cordon of Arrows for like setting up traps for long rests, or like pass without trace to make everyone invisible. What's the other one that I have? Oh, detect traps. So lightning arrow is my first offensive, like, just for me spell. Yeah, I can shoot a lightning arrow twice. And then I run out of spell slots, but that's fine. But yeah, well, because it was like, you get to pick. I'm a ranger, so I'm not really supposed to know like a shitload of magic. It's like, you can get a 3rd level spell, and I was like, ooh, but I only have 2 spell slots for 3rd level because I'm not supposed to be super magic-y. Oh well, it's neat. I got to use it today, and it was cool. A ranger with lightning arrows? Your characters become Hank. Wait, Hank who? Because my first vision is Hank of like King of the Hill, but I don't think that's who you mean. Hank from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon in the 80s. Yes, it existed. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. The 80s, I know, just had like a lot of cartoons made for the purpose of selling toys to kids. That didn't have a lot of other substance. Just never watched him. But Hank from Dungeons and Dragons cartoon in the 80s. Interesting. Yeah, was Hank also a rock gnome? Because my character is a rock gnome, and the first things that my DM had to do before we started the game was switch out the longbow that rangers are usually supposed to start with for a short bow, because the longbow was too long for my little gnome body to hold and use properly. When I made that particular combination choice of a rock gnome and a ranger, she was just kind of like, that's an interesting combination. Okay. It's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Because this was like the first D&D character I'd ever made. Wow, god damn it, Bobby, I has a lightning arrow. Bunch of kids who went on a roller coaster that transported them into the D&D realm. Quarterback. Huh. A roller coaster that transported them into different realms. Interesting. Ah, unknown, welcome. Bow too big, yeah. That's a problem with the gnome fighter, too. Like, how the hell is he gonna fight? Hey, shorter folks can fight. Punching stuff. There's no height requirement for punching stuff. But yeah, the longbow was, like, taller than my little rock gnome body. So we had to like swap it out beforehand. Anyway, I believe I was at the top of this particular segment. Yeah, that about checks out. Sorry, let me just... Okay. Oh, the swords. We're given weapons and items that were ironic to be reflective for the most part. I see. Swords are just too big. Daggers? Yeah, daggers or short swords. My little rock gnome, aside from the short bow, also has 2 short swords, which I can dual wield, or which they can dual wield. My little fellow can dual wield short swords when they're close enough that shooting with a bow and arrow rolls disadvantage. One d4 damage could be an option, but yeah, short swords exist. I forgot. Yeah. There's options. They got their bases covered. Gymnasts got Goku's staff, a shiny girl got a cloak of invisibility. The most physically powerful guy got a bow. Oh, a shy girl, not shiny. I don't know why my brain do that. I see. The most confrontational kid got a magic shield, and the little boy got a magic club that caused earthquakes, and the nerd got a magic hat. I see. I see what you mean about the ironic weapons. Was also an aspiring magician. Interesting. His friends called him Presto. Oh my god. Okay. This page. I think what the ghost possessing a corpse of my ex is trying to say, and correct me if I'm fucking wrong, which for the record I'm not, is that the trope of being hundreds of years old but looking young forever patently sucks ass. A plot device an asshole would write. I think one of the things that just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I agree with Dave, but in this case, at least in this case, it's not like they look like young kids forever. Like, they're just like young adults, or like adults, you know? Which is like significantly better than being like, oh, I'm a small child, little girl body, but I'm actually hundreds of years old. Ho ho. They were given these weapons by the dungeon master in the show. A mysterious being who gives them quests never divulged the full on anything, so they'd have to work it out for themselves, and always made sure they'd keep adventuring like a real DM would. Their nemesis was an evil sorcerer named Benger, who has a history with Dungeon Master that the show never got to reveal. Ooh, a cliffhanger.
That is not what I am trying to say at all. That is not what I am trying to say at all.
They were also occasionally thrown up against Tiamat. Is that a Dungeons and Dragons reference I should understand? Because I really am a baby player. Well, yeah, that'd be a real sort of pot-kettle situation, I guess. I can't believe I'm the only woke one here. It's hard being such a visionary and such a fine metallic specimen, but I'm an altruist first and fucking foremost.
So selfless. Yes, the Guido narrative is truly blessed by your beneficent presence.
Oh, so you got jokes now, huh?
I have always had the jokes of which you speak, but I have heretofore exercised restraint in weighing woe. I possess knowledge of many of your iterations, as the scope of my powers allows me to exist in several narrative structures at once.
So I think this is like, you know, because it's Callie narrating both timelines right now. To be fair, with the art style, 24-year-old looks the same as a 13-year-old anyway, so it's of age only because we said so still, technically. Yeah, the art style doesn't... The art style is fairly ambiguous in that sense, yeah. But anyway, just, you know, generally agreeing with Dave's statement. Tiamat is one of the two dragon gods. Oh, I see. So the show wasn't softballing them on the dragons. God of chromatic dragons, and appears as a gigantic red dragon with 5 heads, for each of her main breeds of children. Probably why John has a mustache now. Part of it. All this D&D talks make me remember creating 3 fleshed out characters to DM for yourself and then abandoning it because it was too difficult. Yeah, I think DMing for yourself, like creating all of the characters, playing all of the characters, doing all of the, yeah, that's a lot. I learned that there are actually single player tabletop games that are like role-playing game that you just kind of play with yourself. Because there was a handful of them in that itch.io racial justice bundle that was a while ago. And I was like, that's interesting. There's a bunch of there's some like DM-less campaigns in there as well, that are just like general tabletop role-playing, not necessarily following the D&D structure. CYOA books? I think a little different than that. I haven't looked into any of them specifically myself, but I think a little different than a CYOA book. There's a few D&D video games that might be up your alley, potentially. Interesting. I wasn't aware there were any D&D video games. I thought they kept it pretty strictly tabletop. Baldur's Gate and Planescape Torment. I possess knowledge of many of your iterations, as the scope of my powers allows me to exist in several narrative structures at once. But can't you see why kids love the sweet cinnamon taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I do not know, or care, what that means. Neither do I. Its cultural significance to you as an earthling is wasted on the two of us entirely, as we have not conflated the misguided notion of clinging to nostalgic cereal advertisement trivia with socially relevant conversation. Dave, please. I know, right? But, like, I love this. Like, we have not conflated the misguided notion of clinging to nostalgic cereal advertisement trivia with socially relevant conversation. PC games so old they don't even have have story in the game. You have to read a book to get the story. Oh, shit. Sick. Eye of the Beholder. Those ones I've heard of. One could say that your reference is lost to time. And then Aradia makes the little face. Ah! Face bomb. And he's lamenting his existence as the two of them giggle together. But oh wait. Something is up with Callie. I'm gonna guess this is the circumstantially simultaneous moment when Meet Jade kicked Callie out of her head. Arcade. Everyone having a laugh, and then, after seeing Meet Jade calling Callie out on referring to everyone as her friends and saying that she has no friends, it makes me a little happy that she got to have friendly interactions on this save file with the Candy Crew. Seeing her as more personable and not so godly and distant makes me sympathize with her more. Interesting. Yeah, I'd forgotten that specifically was stated in that. You have no friend, Jade. You have no friends, Callie. Knowing that Aradia and Dave Bot are her friends. Aw, yeah. No, I forgot about that. Yeah, and I mean, well, technically with the Meet timeline ship, she can't really say that she's super good friends with anyone in that ship because she hasn't really communicated with them very well or been anything other than just ominous and floaty. in this particular timeline, like, she's not suppressing any person inside of that body. Jade of that timeline is, like, gone. Rip. Transition panel to Jade, but that might be too. Yeah, that could be it. Like a transition to Jade in another timeline. But yeah, that's true. We're seeing... It's interesting. We're seeing... It's... Callie, but different than the Callie that we usually know when it comes to, like, oh, she's being more personable. It's not personable in the same way that the Callie that we know is personable in. She's got a much drier wit here. Could be Dirk messing this up. I don't know. Too many variants. Yeah. No, that is also true. This could be Dirk messing around trying to boot her, because they're in the meat timeline now. We're calling them kind of Candy Spaceship Crew because that's where they came from. But they are firmly in meat timeline territory with Ultimate Dirk. Indeed. So, that is all for now. That is all we know for now. Oh yes, Bandcamp Friday. If anyone is looking to buy anything on Bandcamp, do it within the next 2.5 hours, and 100% of proceeds, or 100% of proceeds will go directly to the artist, rather than Bandcamp taking their usual cut. Indeed. All right. We shall see when the next update makes an appearance. Yeah, we're done for today. I will play the requested videos. We survived another Homestuck update. Woo! Iradia referencing the events of PesterQuest, confirming that was indeed canon Iradia in that route. That makes you think back to Teen Dirk getting abducted, and hope that something comes of that. Yeah, that... It will be interesting to see if they decide to bring that into the loop as well. We shall see. Indeed. So the next update will be later in the month. I'm guessing mid to late rather than near the end of the month, but like they were doing it before, just because before they were doing like middle of month, end of month for their 2 updates. And this, they seem to be kind of recalibrated their clock over the break, since this one came out pretty early in August. So I think they might be doing early month, mid month. But we'll see. We will have to see. I need to... Pardon me. I need to wind down and get ready for bed. Indeed, glad you catch stream for the first time in a while, even before you took break. It was fun to wake up to. Thanks. Well, thank you for hanging out. Fun thing to wake up to. Oh my goodness, I don't know what time zone you're in. Because it is the middle of a fucking night over here. Yes. Good night, y'all. Good night, Jade. Good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I will stream the next update whenever it does come out. Tomorrow is Homestuck reread. We are returning to Homestuck reread. We are in late Act 5, Act 1. We are in the middle of Riska Tavers territory, so brace yourselves, but I promise I'll make it not bad. Yeah. And Wednesday, we're getting back with Extreme Meat Punks Forever. Is an excellent introduction. I'm really excited to see where the story goes. There's biomechs and they fight, and everybody's in the queer and trans community in one way or another, and it's just fucking cool. And I'm excited to see what more it has to offer, and I hope that you are too. That is next Wednesday. I'm really gonna try and get caught up on YouTube uploads like as soon as I possibly can. I just need to make a thumbnail for this stupid fucking Sims thing from like a month and a half, 2 months ago now. But the moment that happens, the uploads will get caught up pretty quickly. I promise you that. But first I need to do the thumbnail for the Sims video. And that's where I'm at. Okay. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to. And with that, our finishing videos tonight, we've got A Lullaby for Gods and a animatic about Tony Hawk's existential nightmare. Good night.